Currently, I'm about to start learning 3D animation and After Effects. After that, I'll go on to learn some other advanced. So we are on our way to for the wedding of Brotolu.
Yes,
This is
my
my sister.
brother. My brother. As the Aburo are coming correct. Culture.
Okay, so we're on our way to the wedding right now to celebrate. Today is June. Today is what?
June 20th.
March.
March 20th.
Today is March 28th, and we are on our way to celebrate. This is my sister right over here.
Hi. I'm the mother of them all.
Yeah.
If you have watched this far and you have made it to this course, then you are officially someone who knows the fundamentals of After Effects, knows how to animate, and knows how to use their effects. And in order to confirm that, I've used the last 3 actionables, and if you guys were able to follow through and make these actionables yourself, I am basically 100% confident that you guys know how to use your effects fundamentals and know how to make animations inside of After Effects. Which brings me to this point. Basically, now you guys are amazing at After Effects, I can finally teach you the complex side of this program. And in order to teach you guys the complex side of this program, I really needed to make sure you know the fundamentals, because we're going to be using a lot of these when it comes to 3D editing. And so we're going to be diving into 3D editing inside of After Effects over the next few courses. The way that we're going to dissect this is, first of all, we're going to understand what 3D editing even is and how we can view it inside of this program. So today we're actually going to be discussing 3D renderers and how we can use them. Then after this, in the next episode, we're going to talk about viewports, how we can use them. We're going to talk about how we can move in our 3D scene. It's very important for your mind to understand how the 3D environment works inside of After Effects. This being said, after that, we're going to be importing our first 3D object and seeing how it behaves. And then we're going to be creating 3D geometry and teaching you guys how to create 3D geometry. And after all of this, we're going to combine everything inside of an actionable step where we're going to animate our first 3D scene and then animate our first 3D object inside of After Effects so that we can fully practice everything that has to do with 3D. And finally, then you're going to be ready for the actionable step where we're going to be tying all of this stuff together inside of an actionable step to prepare you guys to basically send you out and start teaching all the rest of the editing styles. So with this being said, guys, let's dive right in. So today we just want to cover
All right, so I'm currently taking the Ultimate Editor 2.0 course, and I'm learning After Effects, and I've done some basic animation right here just to practice it, to integrate After Effects with Premiere Pro and just learn some advanced editing styles. So currently I'm about to start learning 3D animation and After Effects. After that, I'll go on to learn some other advanced effects. So today is 3rd of March 2026, and today is Good Friday, so it's a public holiday. So I'm not going to work, so I'm currently learning. But for now, I'm just going to pause the learning for now and go for sports, go and play volleyball, then come back and continue my editing.
Open up! Loose ball!
Okay. Hey, maman. What do you mean that now? Okay. Post that for me. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we understand now a lot of things about the 3D environments inside of After Effects. We understand the two renderers, we understand how to see them through viewports and how different views work. We also understand how to make 3D geometry and which renderer to use. But now, how do we incorporate 3D objects inside of After Effects? Well, let me teach you guys a quick thing about 3D objects. 3D objects are basically two things. They are a shape with a texture applied to it. So they are, let's say, a box with the texture of a book applied to it. That texture has different maps, it has different positions, and that shape has different extrusions and polygons. That's all complex stuff. Luckily, we don't need to worry about that inside of After Effects. Instead, what we do need to worry about is the kind of file that we can import. So there are multiple kinds of files that you can import into After Effects. And
I just came back from training like some hours, about an hour ago. So I'm back to learning the After Effects under the Ultimate Editor. So I'm learning the After Effects course. So I've been practicing, as you can see on the screen. I've done some practice with 3D dimensions, working in 3D space and the rest. So that's it. I'm still learning. I have a lot to learn. Still a long way to go. So one thing I want to say in this video is, when I was preparing for my CIS exams, there are some few thoughts that was just coming through my mind. And I realized that one particular statement that kept popping in my mind is, don't wait to be great. Don't wait to be great. As simple as that statement sounds, it's very powerful. Because throughout our lives, we see that throughout our lives, we tend to always seek permission before we do something. So a phrase that was just ringing in my mind was permissionless. Like there's a particular phrase that says, it is better to ask for forgiveness than to seek for permission. And that statement, it encourages people to be proactive. You're not waiting for someone before you take the next step. And I was thinking about my, growing up and the rest. And I realized that the type of mindset that we had growing up was that before you can be successful, you have to be a graduate, because that's the template that we grew up knowing. Okay, before you can be rich, let me use rich as an example. Before you can be rich, you have to go to school, like primary school, secondary school. After that, go to university, graduate, hopefully with a first class. When you get graduated with the first class, we believe that, okay, you are set for life. You get a good job, and then you can start making money. So now, with that kind of mindset, before you can get to making money, before you can be rich, you had all these processes to go through: school, degree, then you can start making money. So if someone had come to you with the idea of, okay, you can make money, even you can become rich, or you can become a millionaire even still in high school, still in secondary school, that concept will not make sense to you, because we have grew up knowing that, okay, you need the permission of graduating from secondary school, graduating from university with a good degree before you can even have a chance to get a job, to have that chance to become rich. But that's not how it works in the real world. You see, the real world, it favors people that don't take permission. You don't wait to act. You don't wait for things to fall in line before you move. Another example is this. I am currently doing ICANN exam, and I've started ICANN since 2022 when I was doing my service here. That's when I started ICANN, and I know it's not favorable to say that even till now I'm in my final stage now, but till now I'm still not done with ICANN. Now imagine if I had said that okay, I wanted to wait till I finish ICANN before I pursue other certification. I will still be stuck with one certification. But currently I'm not yet done with ICANN, but I have my CIBN certification. I am on to getting my CIS stockbroker certification. I can say I've gotten like two certification while ICANN is still pending. So it just tells you that you shouldn't wait for opportunities to present themselves. You should be proactive. That's just it. Don't wait for permission. Be proactive. Don't wait for you to do great things. Try as much as possible to test so many different things. Currently, I'm taking the Ultimate Editors course. I'm learning After Effects. I'm not yet perfect in Premiere Pro. I cannot say that okay, let me wait till I'm perfect, till I'm an expert in Premiere Pro before moving to After Effects. You learn everything together. All things work together for good. I've learned Premiere Pro. Now I'm going to After Effects. I'm learning After Effects. Even after Effects, I'm going to learn Blender and all sorts of different tools and everything that can just make me more valuable and to create great and better content on my two YouTube channels. So that's just it. Don't wait to be great. If you have if you have something that you are genuinely interested in, you go for it. You don't wait for permission. Don't wait, okay, now don't let your success to be dependent on some occurrences. Let them be independent occurrences. Don't say that okay, I can only make a million naira if my boss or if my oga gives me permission. No, take the initiative, be proactive, and don't wait to be great. So I'm going to continue with my class right now.
It is called Sketchfab, like that. Sketchfab, I think it's called sketchfab.com. And all we have to do is visit this website. Now, this website, what it basically does is they sell 3D objects. So some 3D modeler goes on their 3D, software, they model out the shape which they want, and they add in the textures and they do everything for you, and all you have to do is go ahead and download it. Some of which are for free, some of which are paid. Obviously, you're going to need an account, so make sure you do make one. Things which we just did, which is creating objects, setting them up in different layers, placing them correctly, orienting them, adding extrusions, selecting the renders, adding viewports, so on and so forth. But towards the end, once you have set up, as we mentioned before, your 3D environment, once you have done your 3D scene setting, then it's finally time to create the animation. And when it comes to be time to create the animation, then you have to set up the production side of things. Like you have to set up your lighting, you have to set up how things look, and you also have to set up the camera. There are two things which you need to always set up before you start animating 3D scenes, which are lighting and camera. And you do these after you've set up your 3D scene, not before. So first, you always set up the 3D scene, you work on that, and you animate everything accordingly. And then you incorporate lighting and camera depending on the kind of look that you're trying to get. So this being said, we've already set up our quote-unquote first 3D scene. So how do we incorporate lighting and camera from here? Well, the first thing that you need to understand is that to make a good-looking scene good-looking, you actually don't need good placement, you don't need good coloring, you don't even need good 3D models. You just need good lighting. I could literally take a cube and put it up against the background and have good lighting on it, and it will look premium quality. So lighting is something not to be messed with. And trust me, don't make the same mistake I did. Just really focus on your lighting when it comes to 3D modeling. Don't just sit there and create a 3D scene and then just hope for the best. Try and add in the camera, create a cool animation, and then just hope for the best. Instead, make sure that you have your lighting honed down, okay? Once you can perfect your lighting, then everything becomes really, really easy. If you can light up your subject in a way where the people can focus on the main subject while still being able to see that quality, then you can really, really make a 3D scene look very, very good. And today what I'm going to teach you is the basics of lighting, and one of the most fundamental lighting techniques I use to make anything look good. That being said, let's dive right in. So how does lighting work?